Just, first apologize to you guys for the little bit of a delay because of the day of a game. We tried to jam the press conference in a little earlier. Normally we would have done it in the afternoon with our shoot around and that stuff. And we had one little mishap on a clerical thing on the letter, and then trying to get somebody to find a parent at work that day or at home. And then the other one, there was a change in plans as far as their assembly when they were going to sign it. So it just delayed it a little bit, but now we can officially say we're excited to have 4 new signees. I think it's the first thing about the group is, obviously they're Illinois kids, they're Chicago area kids, which is always a positive. It's been our focus. We've been fortunate the last few years to be able to keep the local kids, the state kids home, and hopefully that will continue in the future. I think secondly, they're a group of good kids, good quality kids. They're just guys that you enjoy being around. They just have, just a good positive attitude, and I think for as a group, they're very coachable and ones that you want to have part of your basketball family. Then 3, it kind of matches exactly what we need when you look at our 4 seniors. You're losing, the big guy in Tiz, and the forward in Mike Davis, and then the wing in Billy Cole, and then of course the point guard in Dimitri. We were fortunate at this time to have a replacement for each one of those positions. I'm going to go with the one who committed earliest, and also if you go by alphabetical order of last names, it ends up being the same thing. But, Tracy Abrams is he committed the first to us, a young man that goes to Mount Carmel, a school that has had great tradition and obviously in football, but also in basketball. His coach, I go way back with Coach Flaherty. He was, of course, at Thornridge at one time, but, he runs a disciplined quality program, and that's what I think Tracy's about. He's a tough, hard-nosed kid, loves to play. Every time I talk to him on the phone, he always seems excited and happy, and very happy to come to Illinois. He is a point guard. I think he'll play both ends of the court. Which is, we're excited about that, and he has a little bit of the toughness that you want in that, and leadership abilities that you want in a point guard. The next young man, Nana, comes to us from St. Ignatius High School. It's a special story, a great story. His family came over from Nigeria, and he came, I believe, at age 5, and probably knew very little about basketball. Junior high, the middle school, the coaches kind of discovered him, and a very good quality student. Has a twin sister, and both of them, academics are very important to them, and just to watch him evolve as a player. It's kind of, when you start with somebody that doesn't know much about it, and then to watch the development, you got to give Coach Kehoe and his staff a great deal of praise for what they've done. And the thing I love is that he really didn't have any habits. So sometimes you got to change bad habits. He didn't have any habits, so a lot of the habits he has, how hard he runs, how hard he plays, a very good shot blocker. They feel, and there's no definite records of shot blocking in high school, but he's led the Catholic League the last few years. They feel he's got to be one of the all-time leading shot blockers in state history. I'm not sure there's any records with that, but 13 or 14 in one game last year, and he enjoys it. And he'll block the shot, and then he'll run. He will sprint a 50-yard sprint right down to the other end of the court and post up. And he has a nice touch, and I think just his upside is enormous, because he's kind of just he's still growing and learning as a player. Next young man we got hooked onto last season. Of course, Michael Henry from Orr High School kind of erupted onto the scene in the public league, unknown really up to that point for the most part. Grew a little bit, put a lot of time into his game. He's a straight out scorer. He's a very, very good shooter. Got a beautiful jump shot. Gets up high in the air. Can really score around the basket. Also, and he also has he's developed a pretty strong body, and so he has great size for kind of a swing man, and he can really score. His coach Lou Adams, he's got that Orr program going. I think they're going to be a contender this year in the public league, and again that program just really they combined some schools and just starting. So what they've done there is positive, and he's tough on them. And I think when Mike comes here, he'll be able to deal with the transition pretty easily because of their coaching staff there is very demanding and gets after him. The last young man was the last one to commit, and Mike Shaw, of course, from Chicago De La Salle. He's a young man that even though he was the last to commit, we started as a staff recruiting him the earliest. It was one of the first places I went when he was a freshman. And I think I saw either his first game or one of his first games as a high school player. And we've continued to stay there and stay in touch. And I think in the long run, I know it took a while, but I think he's always wanted to come to Illinois. He felt good about it. It just maybe took him a little longer. He had wanted to make sure it was the right situation. He is a young man that he's that athletic forward that you want to have in your program. He has great athleticism. He can run the court. He's really gotten stronger since the summer. He's put some time in the weight room. His body has just changed. He had some strength always, but he's really made some big strides with that. He can really run the court, and he also has the ability to step out and do some things on the outside. So a nice inside-outside threat, could play a variety of positions, plays a lot of, he plays big man for his high school team and a lot of the times in the summer basketball. But I think the one thing we really tried to sell with Mike Shaw was that we have big guys and he doesn't have to play inside all the time. And with Myers, of course, returning next year in Nana, that'll allow Mike to come in and play out on a little bit out on the court, give us that athleticism that we need. We do have 2 more scholarships. I would say we will continue to recruit and look to sign 1 more in this class, and then probably save one for the next class because we have no juniors at this point. So I don't. As of this point, it doesn't look like we're going to sign a 5th in the fall, but some things could happen here in this next week, and if not, we have some names we've identified, and we'll continue to recruit them and just evaluate as a staff what else is out there and see if there's something that meets our needs. And we'll learn a lot more about our team as it goes to what we feel we really need as a staff and as a program.